Check, check. Can you guys hear me? Rightio, let's do this. G'day, Stu from UAV Futures here, and welcome back to the FPV Mix. Now, first things first, I'm using a new streaming software, so we're going to dive right in. We've got a lot of fun stuff to cover today, just hanging out, watching FPV videos, answering your questions, but I do need to do a little bit of troubleshooting here, so I want to make sure you guys, I'm coming through on the camera. It's going to be a little bit tricky, and we're not getting a double up in the audio, and because I switched over to Streamlabs as well, just to try to change things and make things a little bit easier. But whenever you're using new software, it can always be a little bit tricky. So I'm just going to hit pause on this part, and then hopefully it should go nice and smoothly though. So thanks so much for those people in the chat who were tagging me. Yes, everything is working. Younger Buckets, he thought the stream was going live yesterday. FPV Nick is in the house as well. We can. Everything is working. No worries. Everything is awesome. So, radio. So, shout out to everybody who's tuning in. Sit down, strap yourself in. We're going to have a lot of fun. I've got my morning coffee here. I have sort of just woken up, and I don't believe it. One of the mods in the channel, Malice Vex, is actually awake. Now, whether he's gone to bed last night or he's stayed up all night, that's going to be the question we're going to find out. We will get him on the stream, not today, but one day we're going to meet the man, the myth, and the legend. And if you need any questions as well, tag me with @UAV Futures. I'm going to try and run a bit of a special giveaway that we'll be talking about as well that I think is going to build up over time to be something very, very exciting. But there's a lot of different plans and just some exciting things coming your way as well. I've got to get used to the camera being up here. I'm so used to it being just there. I'm not sure which one I prefer the most, actually. Right here. Let's get in and answer some of your questions as well. So I need to scroll down and Leg Stew. Stu, you can hear. Can you say hey to my wife April? She always says your g'day. So g'day, April. Hope you're doing well. Thanks to your husband for tuning in to the stream, and I guess I hope you guys are both enjoying FPV, flying around and enjoying the sky. We've got 5x5 here by Derek Eicher. Can someone please tell me, because I really think I know where that reference is from, the 5x5 in the pipe. Let me know what we're talking about there, because that is a pretty cool little saying, but I don't know if I'm just getting it from a movie or what's happening. Maybe there's a real reference to that in the real world. All right. Ava FPV, I also just woke up. Ben is saying, I went to bed at 1 a.m. and I feel like I got hit by a ton of bricks. I have no idea how he does it. Well, that's because Malice is a part vampire. I've actually seen him in the sunlight once, and he was not going out well. So Younger Buckets is saying, at UV Futures, I've been getting better at flying through my neighbor's yard and things. Okay, well, maybe not fly through your neighbor's yard unless you've got their permission, but definitely if you've got the space, like Bardwell has the dream place, is I don't know why he doesn't set some gates up there permanently and fly around, but definitely get out there and get practicing. All right, and I wore one gaming. One quick question. I have 150 pounds for goggles. What is the best one? So I believe if I can track down, where is this website actually? This is what I want to show you. I can't believe I couldn't remember the name of it. UAVfutures.com. I think here, so let me and see if some of these buttons are working too. Change some. Look at this. All right, here we have. Look at this wonderful website. It's here. A bunch of different articles on here, but I think if you can save up just a little bit more, the SkyZone O2Cs and O2Xs. I keep looking there like my camera's there. The SkyZone O2Cs and O2Xs are outstanding goggles. Or I think there might be the Hawkeye Nun goggles, which could possibly be on here as well. I'm not sure that here we go. So these Hawkeye Nun goggles as well. If you want to go and have a look at this website, these would be the ones I would recommend as well. Let's get back to answering some of your questions. This is going to really throw me for a little while anyway, till I get used to what's the camera like if I put it here. Is that just going to be easier for me? Probably. But then I bet you all my scenes and stuff that I set up on OBS are not going to be working. But at least then I get to also look at the chat a bit more. Okay, let's get back to it. I think it's this button. There we go. Younger buckets at UAV Futures. I was working at some of my drone, and my neighbor came over and saw and was like, "Wow, that's so cool." And I was like, "Yeah, it should be for $400." Man, you got to understand this hobby is relatively cheap compared to other things. So if you are out there flying around and you've tried anything that could be motor related, like in terms of cars, boats, motorbikes, that's really expensive. Even if you went rock climbing. And that was your hobby. When you look at your harnesses, the ropes that you're going to be using, all those little carabiners, the shoes. I guess if you have like a subscription to whatever rock climbing gym, that sort of stuff can be quite expensive as well. So $400 for this amazing hobby that lets you actually feel like you're flying is a small price to play. Small price to pay. Let's have a look here. Yeah, ham radio. That's it. I don't get what Kevin's talking about there. Semi Alcazazi. Hi, I want to get a drone, but I'm still young and don't have much money. Can you help me? Absolutely. I can give you some budget options to go check out. Your best bet if you want to jump into the hobby is Semi a Emax ready to fly kit. So they're probably about $150. And the thing is, if you can't save up enough that much money, you do need a small amount to jump in and at least have things for like getting spare batteries when that happens, some small motor replacements, those little parts. So it's not really worth getting in unless if you can't get in really any cheaper than that, because as soon as something breaks, you're going to be out of luck. You're not going to be able to enjoy the hobby too much. So save up, get an Emax, save your birthday pennies and your Christmas presents, and get an Emax ready to fly kit, the Tiny Hawk. Okay, would you recommend the iFlight City Bee? I would not. We're going to have a bit of a Google because I believe if this is the one that I'm thinking of, the Turbo Bee. Or the Mega Bee? Is this the one that you mean? Alright, let's have a look here. Man, this looks expensive. Let me change this to AU dollars. I mean US dollars. Is this the one that you guys were talking about? Because I had one of those. It was okay. Wingman Jono's got it now. He took it on holidays with him, flew it around, had some fun. But why do you want to get it? That's the important part. If you want to get a Cine Bee, what's going to make it special for you? So I need to know, is it this, are you going to be doing lots of filming? Do you plan on like going to car shows, maybe filming for real estate? Is this first and foremost the type of flying that you want to be doing? And this is something that I feel like people need to understand when it comes to the hobby and watching the latest, greatest videos of all those people out there flying around. Please, please, please don't just get whatever the latest person is flying. Find out where you're going to be flying. What type of flying do you want to do? Are you a racer? Are you a freestyler? Are you a cinematographer kind of person who's going to be flying this? What type of flying do you want to do? How much experience do you have? And honestly, for the $319, I would probably just be getting it in Nazgul. If it was up to me, I would make sure I have an entire fleet of drones that are made for flying first before I jump over and have a look at one of those. And huge shout out to all those people who are throwing their questions in and answering me or tagging me with at UAV Futures. So definitely helps me with those. Come in there so I can see them. We've got the dog behind me who's sound asleep, snoozing on the ground. Got some little dog treats right here for him. Crazy Russian pilot is saying at UAV Futures, is the X9 Lite Pro good? Okay, so that we can have another Google. Thank you very much. And that is this one. Excellent. This Pro. It's got Hall effect gimbals. It still doesn't do D8, but I believe they've fixed it now where it does D16. And I would say for $113, you can't really go wrong. That's shipped from the US. Oh, fair enough. So I quite like this transmitter. I don't know they must be teaming up with Bangers because I am 90% sure that URUAV is a subsidiary or related somehow with Banggood and eSheen and how they work together. But this radio right here, if you want to jump in for 113 bucks, is pretty fantastic value. You can hook it up, you can fly around, you can practice on the sim, all that sort of stuff. Let's change this here and but thank you very much, Crazy Russian Pilot, LC, FPV. Just got my first set of OLED goggles, and then he's got a moon and a sun. I think he's going to say night and day. Oh, okay, yeah, night and day change. That's some new emojis that I'm not used to seeing right there. Night and day change. Let's just scroll on past. First set of Bino goggles, style goggles too. I got was a Sky 030's amazing picture. Hope you're having a good day, and I can absolutely attest to this. When you try the Sky Zone 003 O's FPV. They are absolutely ridiculous. Or is it the O30s? I'm going to have to Google this here. Sky Zone 030. That's what it is. Instead of O30s. Nope, that's not working either. Let's just try Sky Zone 03, which is... Bloody hell. I can't Google anything this morning. It's far too early. These goggles are brilliant, but also look at the price of these bad boys. $500. When they're getting that price, I don't feel like they're worth it. So for a lot of people, you were able to buy them at the $400 mark, significantly better value. When you get these ones, I would be thinking, okay, even though I don't really like some of the things that Fat Shark does, and yeah, the goggles I had of theirs were broken and they touched my eyes. This is pretty much the same price as Fat Shark. So you are getting customer service, which I just got some weird thing popped up. Ah, that's my first ever super chat, Nick, that's come up on the chat. So I set that up as well. So thank you so much. I decided to, what I'm going to do is, I'll do it because this was the first one. I don't want the dog to get too fat, but because he's been sitting in here, I was like, yep, you know what? Every time one of those comes through, I'm going to give the dog, here, Charlie, he gets a little treat. So I don't know. He's going to love it when I'm doing these live streams. But thank you very much, FPV Nick. Back to these Sky Zones, and then I'm going to scroll down, answer a question. Yeah, for $500, these things they could be getting a little bit too expensive. So I don't know if this price, it's really much for much just when it comes to these, or also the HDOs, and you're even getting up towards some DJI goggles, which could be. Let's have a look. DJI FPV goggles. They might be. Oh no, that's way too expensive. Oh, hang on. They're actually cheaper. Oh no, they're not. $479. So really, these is that cheaper? Is that cheaper than Skyzone? 479. Good lord. Okay, I know what I'd be getting. These are too expensive. You can get. I didn't know DJI even went that cheap. That's got to be a joke. What's happening here? Okay. Oh shoot. Did I just swear? Anyway, let's get back to answering your question. Huge shout out to Nick for that super chat, brother. Very much appreciated. Let's get on with some more of these things. So we've done the OLEDs. Armando, do you have a future? I have a question about the Betaflight configurator. When I go to my VTX tab, it says device not ready, and I'm not sure what the problem can be. Can you help me? So let's do a bit of learning here. And I'm going to plug in my Betaflight VTX tab. I'm never on that tab. So I'll have I might not be able to answer your question here. What do you mean? I usually just go to modes, receiver, config. So we're going to jump in and Betaflight. Load this up. Connect. VTX tab. Enable expert mode. So can you explain to me? Ports config, tuning adjustment service. Where VTX? Okay. To be honest, I wish I could give you more information here, but I hardly ever muck around with this part right here. So I'm going to say, what is it not doing on yours? It says device not ready, and I'm not sure what the problem can be. Maybe could it be that the smart audio is not connected? Possibly. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. This is something that I'm going to learn about today. So you please email me later because I want to learn about this, because honestly, I have never clicked on this video transmitter tab and actually read it and what it does and changed all that sort of stuff. Most of the time, my quads I can just go straight into smart audio and change the transmitter like that. So thank you for putting me onto this. I'm going to do a bit of learning, but I also don't want to just give you the wrong advice and make up an answer. So there we go. The full answer is I need to do a bit more learning. Something's going off on my super chats right here. Let's have a look. We have And I'm going to get back to answering. I'm going to try and answer everybody's question as well. I will jump down and answer these couple of ones first. FPV, thanks for making content to help, and it also comes with Iowa Gaming. Thanks for your latest answer. Okay, we're going to answer both of those. I'm just going to give the dog, maybe I shouldn't have said I'll give the dog a treat every time this comes through this mode. Here, I'm going to have to start breaking them down. I don't know if anyone's ever actually seen my dog, maybe some really old school viewers, but this old Labrador right here just chills out all day. Okay. Oh, well, gaming, right. So thanks for your latest answer. I have the X220 with the EV100s, but the signal is rubbish with some exclamation marks. Should I upgrade my VTX? I fly my own, so should I go for 600 milliwatts? I'm new, but I enjoy flying gates and some freestyle. So probably something, the X220, I don't know, can you tell me what version? We're all tangled up here. Can you tell me what version you've got, Iowa? Because if it's the original X220, is it one of the latest ones, all that sort of stuff? I would say the EV 100s, you would be better off possibly saving up and having a look at getting some Sky Zones. So like the original ones, or the Hawkeye Nun goggles, which are these bad boys right here. So if you have a look just here, and I think you'll get much better reception. I'd say those goggles, the EV 100s, are very old, and these Hawkeyes are going to serve you a lot better. And the reason I often cover a lot of flack about the EV100s, but you have to understand when they came out, it was at a time there was no other competitor anywhere close. We didn't have budget goggles with that Fat Shark style, and the other like Fat Shark style goggles were about $500. So they were the only thing in that low end of the budget. And yes, things have changed significantly. I don't recommend them anymore. Those EV100s are fairly old, and I don't think the reception is the best. But at the time, I still stand by what I said in that video. They definitely did offer something that wasn't out there for other people for that price. But nowadays, go check out something like this if you want some budget goggles, or Iowa Gaming, if you jump over, try and maybe save up for your Sky Zones. Also, make sure you've got good antennas on there. So you should be able to upgrade your signal reception by putting good antennas. And also, if your VTX is on 25 milliwatts on your on your Wizard X220, you're going to find that it's going to get drastically reduced when you're flying behind trees and stuff like that. Okay, Younger Buckets, but please let me know what one you've got. Younger Buckets, I was flying today and I crashed and broke my capacitor. I got a new one, but should I take off all the parts and work on soldering, or should I keep the frame together and solder? So Younger Buckets, here is where it depends how much due diligence you want to do, how good you feel at soldering, and also if you're only a beginner solderer, you might not want to take it all apart, because you might find that by taking it apart, soldering it back together, you're going to cause more problems than you really have to deal with. So if it is easy to solder in a new cap, do it while it's all in the frame, it's all held nice and snug, all that sort of stuff. If you're worried about spilling some solder and you think that you can't do a reliable solder joint, that's when you should take it apart. Okay, ET, back to your super chat. I know, thank you so much for that. It really definitely does help in these times, especially when we're stuck indoors. Every little bit helps. So thank you for supporting the channel. We've got 5x5 simply means I read you loud and clear, or 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 for loud and clear. Okay, that's what Malcolm's saying, answering that question before. There's a bit, I always thought of it like a grid, but there's a scene in Aliens, the number 2, the sequel, like when was that movie? 85 or something like that. When she says 5x5, we're in the pipe when they're in that drop ship. It's like a kind of a very iconic scene for me in my childhood and thinking about that movie. I say it all the time, even when I'm driving 5x5, we're in the pipe. And my wife's like, okay, I don't get that reference. If someone else can explain it to me, that would be great. Mangled Prop. Hey Stu, wondering what PC specs you are running. We're running it from a laptop. I almost drank a thing of dog treats, so I'll put them to the side. Running it from a laptop, but I think the laptop is an i7, 1080 Ti, and I think it's got like 32 gigs of RAM and a 1 terabyte SSD. So that's what we do all this stuff. But I do wish that we had a desktop. Volume. At UAV Futures, do you play any games on PC or console? If so, what? So recently we're playing the Cycle a little bit with some of the boys over on Discord, and also one we've been playing is Path of Exile a little bit, but that's been keeping me up a little bit too late at night. So playing with some of those people, grinding that out, that probably need to do some earlier bedtimes for me. Okay, younger buckets. Does the capacitor have to match the positive and negative from the XT60 when soldering? A capacitor can only go on one way, so make sure that that's correct because otherwise it is going to explode. It's not going to damage too much on your build, but if you put a capacitor on backwards, it's going to pop and explode. So Cuban Drones 350, thank you very much for your super chat, brother. Just got into the sport. Thanks, your content helps. Well, that is the entire point of my video series, regardless whether it be the beginner ones, how to fly, whatever it is just about getting together with your friends, experiencing this life-changing hobby. So thank you so much for letting me know my videos helped you to get into the skies. And definitely, if you are new, check this out. Just here. Because the Discord server right here is pretty much where we have a heap of ton of members. We've got some people talking in there right now. They're actually some of the mods on the server. No idea what they're discussing. This is getting chopped off a little bit. I can see I've got to fix up some stuff on my OBS software. But yeah, there is so many members in here of people chit-chatting, talking FPV, all things drones. There's over, I think, 13,000 members or something at last count. So if you're new to the hobby, you want people to talk to about FPV, go check out the Discord. The link is in the description above. And let's have a look here. Nope, that doesn't work. I've got to click. There we go. All right. Main systems are a go. So yeah, that's why Kevin is talking about the 5x5 are in the pipe. Systems are a go. Yep, I just wondered what the actual reference in the pipe actually meant. Props off. I just received everything needed to build an epic freestyle rig. I can't wait. Well, please let me know what stuff do you actually have. Let's find out how we can put it together. We can Google it and I'll have a look together. And Ben is saying he's got some people in Discord. We've got license to drive. There are cheaper goggles that are better than those. John Davis, have I ever been to Hobbit Town? No, I think you're talking about New Zealand. So have I been to the actual place where they filmed Lord of the Rings? I have not, but I would love to move over and live in New Zealand. I think it'd be absolutely fantastic, except for the weather, which kind of is not ideal. So Echo B is saying hit that like button. We've got a few people supporting here. Derek Etcher, maybe the VTX that didn't show up in Betaflight needed battery connector to show up. Just a thought. So there you go. If you're needing help with your VTX, definitely you could try that. I need to do more learning when it comes to Betaflight and exactly what's going on in that tab. And Propsoft said he's making a video of everything going in it. So make sure you post it in the vids go here as well on that Discord. Okie dokie. Let's have a look here. What I'm going to do, I thought it might be fun. We're going to have a quick squiz at some of the videos in Share My Vids. This one looks pretty cool. This one's by Milkio FPV, and I'm purely judging this by a thumbnail. So then we're going to have a look, answering back to some of your questions. So I've got this one here. And I'm going to leave the sound on because maybe, until we get a copyright strike, then I'll probably be turning that sort of stuff off. All right, and let me know, is the sound coming through for you guys as well? It might be, I might be able to turn it up a little bit. And I think if I turn desktop audio up, it should help just a tad. All right. So maybe it's me, I'm a little bit impatient when it comes to watching FPV videos. While this is going, we're still going to answer some other people. Do I recommend the T-Motor Velox? So I can actually tell you, this is going to be hard to Google and watch this, but Malus Vex has a video where he's talking about them. I guess if he could do a chat, let us know what he actually thinks about it. Is this video all just backwards? Okay, this looks a little bit better. I wonder how far he'll actually fly up this path before he... I wonder what I can imagine is flying. Oh, my video's breaking up. Stop. And then we go again. Actually, this looks like he keeps going for quite a while. And how many of you guys do this playback in ×2? This is pretty much how I watch all my drone videos. Okay, let's have a look. Props off. It's posted on my channel already. Not sure how you say to post it where you're saying sorry, Stu. So go to the Discord and post it in. This is where we're watching this video, and down the bottom on the left you'll see share my vids. Post your video in there. So if you want us to maybe check it out on the stream. This guy is still flying. Oh, there he is. Going for a bit of a hike and flying a little bit backwards right there. Okay, let's get back answering some questions. And let me know what you guys two think about the time. So for me, it's a little bit earlier. It starts at 10 o'clock. I'm not too sure. I'm thinking it's about 8 o'clock over in the States. Ava FPV wants to know, do you think the EV EW30 is good for a beginner? So let's have a Google. I wonder if this is one Raven's been talking about. Ah, these. Okay, I can answer this. Do I think this is good for a beginner? No, not really. I think it's the screen is probably going to be too small. They're not my favorite. I think I've tested a pair of these, and from memory, if I'm pretty sure I have, but no, don't get this. You're much better off getting the these Hawkeye goggles right here. Much better off having a Google. We also have a video. Look at Trevor's face. I don't know what all this scratchy stuff is over the front of the reflector side right there, but yeah, go check this out because these goggles were amazing. We thought they were going to be a bit of a joke, but they turned out to be incredible. So anyway, back to this. Please don't pick these up. Bangers probably wouldn't like me saying that, but I don't want people to waste their money and get this when you can have a better experience spending just a few dollars more somewhere else. Ah, Coal Mountain. So, g'day, Stu. You are awesome. Looking forward to the best bang for your buck. Do it all-round drone build. Like and subscribe and hit that bell thingy. Thank you for your super cool attitude. So, thank you so much, Coal Mountain. I want to say it's crazy when I get such positive messages. Usually I'm used to people asking for help, and that's fantastic, and my email is full of a lot of those, but we'd be surprised that it can make such a difference in somebody's day when somebody says, you know what, I don't want anything. All I want to say is thank you. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for that kind message and your super chat. I'm going to give Charlie a little snack because that was a little deal I made with him every time a super chat came in. I'd give him a little snack. But yeah, thank you so much for your kind words. Definitely, that's what it's all about. Getting flying, enjoying the hobby, looking forward to the best bang for your buck, do it all round build. That would probably be we can put one together now on the stream. That might be pretty fun actually. But a lot of people always want the 2020. Yeah, dog. 2020 UAV Futures $99 build, but I'm going to say we're going to put, I got to get this thing working a bit better. We're going to put one together now. If we have a look at, I would say definitely I would love to use the TBS Source one, which is, oh, we can have a look at Phaser, actually, considering I have a Phaser t-shirt on. Here we go, which is this frame. Oh, but that's only the version 1. No, that doesn't look too good. We're going to look straight from the version 3. It would be probably on this frame right here. So best bang for buck do-it-all frame. If you look at it, it's 24 US dollars, and I don't know, it's got plenty of parts. You can 3D print. It's robust. It's made with good carbon, and it's a lot of benefits to using this. So if you want to go check this out, I don't know what the other parts would be because trying to keep that best bang for buck $99 is kind of tricky. So we probably have to, if we had $150, we could build such a better build. You wouldn't have to skimp out on some things. We'd have smart audio. We'd have a decent antenna. We'd have a decent FPV camera. Probably still use some Emax Eco motors, but I don't know, maybe we need to change our mindset on what the $99 build is and just have the best bang for buck build. We've got Crazy Russian Pilot is still asking me about the T-Motor Velox, so I haven't flown with them, but we're going to Google them. That's these ones here. So, I believe that if you want to go watch a video, let's check this out. Here we go. So, one of our mods here, you can definitely go hit him up. He's talking about flying it and going through everything with this motor. So go check this video out there. Just Google best cheap drone motors, T-Motor Velox review. So there is an in-depth breakdown probably of what you want to do, and send him some emails or ask him. He will be on Discord too at some point if you want to ask him about it. But as far as I'm concerned, he seems like he quite enjoys them, but I have not personally flown those motors. I did actually just get a new shipment of motors in. Actually, maybe we could unbox them on the stream. Let me know if that's something, not unbox them, but at least open them up and have a chat about them. Let me know if that's something you guys want to see. We could do that live. All right. Cuba Drones 305 is saying your take on the Lava X HD for a beginner coming from a Tiny Hawk. So the Lava X HD is, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I felt like it was overrated. It was meant to be like an amazing drone that was going to do everything, but it just wasn't. It just seemed to, they changed it up too much. The props were too big, and it wasn't like the original Lava X. So no, I don't recommend that for someone coming from a Tiny Hawk. You would much be better suited to, if you want something like that's going to do HD, try the little GEP RC, the Skip 3. This thing was fantastic. I really enjoyed that one because the FPV camera was great, and also the flight experience. It felt good. You didn't feel like it suffered from being a little bit heavier because it was HD. It had plenty of grunt, and it just felt nice on the sticks. It was locked in. It had a good tune. All right. Kyle Lacey, what do you recommend for an upgrade? HDI or DJI with module for micros? Well, okay, Kyle, this is what we have to understand right now because I didn't see this at the start, but DJI goggles. These goggles right now, I don't know if this is worldwide or if it's just here, are cheaper than HDOs. So you could get this, throw on something on the side. So you're going to be able to do digital FPV. You're still going to be able to get your analog. And I'm sure, what would you guys do? Let me know in the chat. So for me, this is almost a no-brainer. I would go this side and get that little adapter. It's not going to be as perfect as if you just are only ever going to fly micro. Yes, and let's say it's a Whoop micro. Yes, it's the same pre-order now, but it seems to be, it can't ship to my Australian location. Hang on, you guys can't even see what I'm talking about. These DJI goggles here. But the HDOs are expensive. It's probably going to offer you a nice picture if you're only ever flying Whoops, but for the option, for the same price, if you can get this that can go digital and still handle your micros, this is, and you get to take this outside and fly some amazing places with FPV that you can't even imagine how nice this feels. It's not hype. I was ready to hate these DJI goggles. Like, man, I don't like what this company's doing, all this sort of stuff. And then we filmed it, and you can just see in Trevor and Tony's face when they're flying it, and then they put it on my face. It's kind of next level, which is annoying. It's really annoying that this company's doing this so well. Why can't this be another company? Like, why couldn't Fat Shark make some great HD stuff, or some Omways or someone else? And I know the answer because it takes a lot of money, but I don't know. What can you do? I'm not going to complain that that product's there. The Ben say, look, we've got too many chats, too many people answering. Malice is answering some other people. What do you think Betaflight VR01 is better for beginner? And I haven't tried them yet, so Malice might be able to answer that a little bit more. Cuban Drones, Norris, thanks, brother. It is very much appreciated anytime. All right. Let's see. Cole Mountain, do you have any more questions, brother? Because let me know if you do. Kyle Lacey, I do a lot of toothpick flights, but are the screens and fit good coming from the HD3? Okay, so I would still just get the DJI, man. Like, for that price, it's kind of ridiculous. At UAV Futures, no to DJI. I still like being locked into I still don't like being locked into DJI software. Yeah, and you absolutely have a point. That is one of the things I don't like about DJI as well. You have to register or put it into your account. So every little flight controller that you get, you plug it in, you say, "Yep, I've got this flight controller." Now, as far as I know, there's no GPS data, and you can, I guess, if you just made up a random email, it doesn't have to require any personal information. That would be fine, but that's a price I guess I'm willing to pay. I'm willing to kind of I don't care if my information is stored on my little air unit because I'm not doing anything too crazy or too stupid with it. And it also means that I get some digital as well. But definitely, that's like all these companies. They do collect all that information. They use it to try to extract some money or for some personal financial gain, whatever they're trying to do. Same like with YouTube or even whatever you're watching this on. I'm sure the phone or your laptop or whatever it is, it definitely is collecting that information. So, but for me, putting it on my drone, I don't really have too much to worry about anyway. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have to register your drones. So, Logic FPV? What do you think about the Insta 360 Go on a Tiny Hawk Freestyle? I think that could be a lot of fun. I do want to do a 360 review. I just haven't finished writing those emails. Maybe that's what I'm going to do today. I have a big list. I've been a little bit slack when it comes to getting back to the vendors. So there is a bunch of half-written emails that we've got some correspondence back and forth, and Insta360 is one of those companies that is kind of on the list. Kyle Lacey, thanks UAV Futures. You the man. That's what I needed to know. You're the best. No worries, bro. I'm glad I could help. That's what we're here for. And probably a really big important one for me is I don't want people to waste their money. Like if you're going to go and buy something and it is ridiculously expensive and it's got somebody's signature on it or whatever it's going to be, and you can get the same thing for a fraction of the cost, and it's going to give you like the same experience. Don't blow your money on that. You are better off spending your money on stuff that's going to serve you. Don't make somebody else rich. Spend your money on something that's going to serve you so you can enjoy the hobby. You can buy more batteries. You can buy more props. You can buy another drone, whatever it's going to be. Anyway, that's how I'm a big believer. And one of my favorite sayings from the late great Project Blue Falcon, may he rest in peace, was he said, "If someone came to my house and told me how to spend my money, I would punch him in the crotch." He used a different word, but yeah, that's how he used to explain it. And I thought that was great. How to choose components for a custom freestyle quad. So that's from Mr. Parr. And I need to know, Ma Parr, what do you want to do with it? How much money do you have to spend? So write me a big detailed list. How much money do you want to spend? Where do you want to fly? What type of, are they bandos? Are they fields? Where are you going to be purchasing it from? We might be able to put something together on stream and have a look as well. Um, and Echo B at your futures, just a point, they can shut down or limit your ability to fly a drone. So you're talking about DJI. If they can't, yeah, they could shut down and limit your ability to fly a drone. And then guess what? No one's going to buy them anymore. So I don't know. And if you never do an update, okay, so let's say you've got a whole bunch of DJI stuff, and these goggles, they're all mine are working now. If DJI went ridiculous and turned into Skynet and said shut down all the drones, they might be able to do that to some of those GPS drones, like their Phantoms or whatever they're going to do. But these goggles and our air units have been broken down, taken apart. There is no GPS inside them. There is no way for it to send information online without you directly plugging it into your computer. So if they shut it down tomorrow, there's no way I'd be upgrading. I can still fly all mine around until something goes wrong anyway, until it breaks or like any other bit of equipment, until I need to reset the configuration or whatever. It would be all like that. So I think, yes, they could shut it down if they wanted to, but most of the time you're going to be fine. And if they did, well, you can just don't plug it in again. OBZ, thank you so much for your super chat there, brother. I wish this rule of giving the dog a little snack. I'm gonna need to definitely break these snacks down too much because he's gonna be having the best breakfast. Oh, he's walked outside. The slacker. There we go. He'll get it when he comes back. OBZ. I recently bought a HobbyMate flash and the receiver went out, so I replaced it with the FreeSky XM Plus. Then the VTX went out. Can a receiver kill a VTX? So I'm going to Google a HobbyMate flash just so I know what we're talking about. And it sounds like you probably have a faulty board, so the board might be something that's killing it. And I want to double check. Can you verify that the voltage wasn't too high that you were plugging into it? Maybe if you're feeding in um, too much voltage, that could happen. I'm going to click on Albert Kim's video right here, and then I'm sure you'll have a link to it. So was it a 5-inch as well? All right. Okay, so this should be fine. This looks great. So you had this. Let me scroll up. The receiver went out, so I replaced it with an XM Plus. This looks fantastic. You shouldn't have any issues like that. Hmm. Unless it might actually be faulty. So I don't know. Can it take a 6S? Where's the specs? Um, 4 to 6S power. So hopefully you got the correct version. And depending on what motors. So okay. Gee, I wouldn't be running a 6S if I had. Oh no, yeah, that's a lot of power. 2250 is a high kV motive power for 6S. So maybe if you were screaming around on 6S, it might have blown the flight controller out and the ESCs, but I wouldn't think so. I would say you're more likely to have a faulty one if it's burnt out a VTX and then it's burnt out a receiver as well. So I don't know, that one you might have just got unlucky there. QBZ, let me know if we've got any more information on it. Iowa Gaming, it's the old wizard, not the X. I will buy the Sky Zones tonight and try and get them before the lockdown ends, but should I upgrade my VTX? I'm running an on-wave circular polarized patch and antenna. If you can do this one, Iowa, get this right here. So if I look up antenna, I should have Googled 5.8 there. There we go. We're going to get this is something that you can do that will definitely help. A triple feed patch. Hmm. So maybe we've got to have a look here for the triple feed patch. And to this thing, this is one of the best antennas you can buy that will improve your reception. And if you want to upgrade if you're worried about a lockdown, it definitely won't hurt if you just want to get a VTX. Let's have a look at here. Even some Maytech ones. A rush tank that might be a little bit expensive, but here we go. This is pretty decent actually. And AKK, they make some pretty good stuff. That one is $26 right there. And see, I don't know about the Eachine ones because I don't know, like I think they're fine, but if you really want something that's a little bit more reliable, definitely Rush Tank, Maytech, AKK. I think the Dark Knight is a good one as well, so definitely check those out. Bumble Bolt FPV. I have to agree. I was a DJI hater too until I tried them on. Almost everything I have asked from them updated on the forums, they have updated. They aren't behaving like a giant corporation, and this makes me happy. Thank you so much. First things first, for the super chat, I couldn't do this channel without your support. And when lockdown is on in Australia, people don't understand that it's kind of it's I don't get into the stress too much about it, but it can be a little bit stressful when you're looking outside. Like, I want to go and work, I want to go to work, but you're stuck indoors. What am I meant to do? I've got my family here, and I don't know, it makes me sometimes freak out a little bit what the government is doing in this country. But moving on, thank you so much for that support. I couldn't do this without you. But as far as DJI is going, yeah, I really didn't like that company. And I still don't like the idea. I'm still uncomfortable with the idea of one company being a complete monopoly over everything that we're doing in the skies. However, they kind of are smashing it when they're doing like the OSD updates. They're lowering the latency. They're making smaller air units. They're partnering up with other third-party companies like doing the CADX Vista. It's a little bit ridiculous. They definitely aren't behaving like a giant corporation in this day and age when most of the time all they do is suck us dry and extort us for more money. The one part I'm a little bit worried is, how much tech have they done and how much are they actually releasing? Because if no one's challenging them, they might have some next level tech. Like, imagine if they were streaming 4K or something. They might have some next level tech. No one's challenging them, so they don't need to release any of that. Those future improvements for a long time. They can just drip feed us and extort all that money out of us. I would love another company. How good would it be, Bumblebolt FPV, if we had another company, say, I don't know, Fat Shark, if that was right up there with digital FPV and they were just pushing each other back and forth, that's when us consumers would really win. Anyway, we got a little bit sidetracked there. People are saying they love their triple feed patch. That's from Props Off. Bumblebolt is also saying those triple feed patches are amazing. And Echo B is saying, just for the record, he's not a hater. He is just cautious. And I think there's totally an argument to say, I don't want to give my information to DJI. I don't want one corporation with all that power that's not open source to have that much hold over my hobby. That's totally understandable. And on the flip side, it sucks because the results that they give are fantastic. The digital DJI stuff it really is next level. There's no comparison. I would not be recommending a closed source, privately owned company for our hobby if it wasn't such a good product. Okay, June Robsty. We've got a whole ton of emojis. He seems to be scratching, smiling, waving, and giving me the peace sign. I want to get into FPV Tiny-whoop 4K flying. Would you recommend the Cine 75 HD and what transmitter? Okay, so we're going to Google this right now. So 4K, unless that's got the THROWDOWN on there. All right, let's have a look here. No, I would not recommend this. Not for 4K. It might be a little beginner, fun, silly little drone, but this is not where it's at. If you are thinking about doing serious flying, you're not going to get. This is more gimmicky with the split nano in here. It's not going to be 4K anyway. So that's not what I recommend. This is not a filming rig. This is just a little fun record my flights kind of rig. If you really want to get into 4K whoop flying, you need to go and build or buy a Cine B or a Cine-whoop, which is something like this. I haven't tried this one, uh, but something like this, and you strap your GoPro to the top. Okay, let's get back answering some of your questions. People still talking about those antennas. Yeah, someone's saying, licensed driver saying the eSheen Nano VTX is pretty good. Ben is linking a website. He actually has some reviews of iFlight sort of stuff. Bumblebolt totally gets it. And Mr. Marpa, I want a quad for under $350. I flew freestyle, tough trees, and sometimes on park. I should carry a GoPro and sometimes follow RC planes. Okay, if you've got $350 to spend, this is what you should be getting. Let me have a look here. It is. Where is this Nazgul? I'm sure I had a little write-up of it as well. So here, let's have a look. It is the Nazgul. You got to type Nazgul 5 as well. And the best bit is you're gonna save yourself some money. And there's another name as well. I'm gonna have to see if I can remember it off the top of my head. So you can see they're about $200 to $230. So go check either one of these out. That's a great little drone. You will enjoy that. It's coming up to 2 in the morning in the UK. I'm off now. Thanks. Let me know what you think too about this time. I will ask. So it used to be 2 hours later. So I used to start my stream, I think, at midday. So I've tried to push it forwards just a little bit as well. Oh yeah, you could also, if you got $350, here is a good one. The Armaton. People like to say Marmot, but I like to say the Marmute. And you might be able to get a bind and fly that is maybe $400. Okay, they're $450. They're a little bit more pricey. Oh, hang on, what's this? Some of these look okay. How much is this one? Ooh, Marmot 5 with Tower motors. Okay, here we go. So this is $399. So if you really want to go pretty much premium, you also have this option as well. The one thing I would change about Armaton is I don't like this little battery lead coming up the middle right there. I really wish they would change that. So maybe if you write to them, if you're going to say get one of these, I need to change that. What I'm going to do, I'm sure you guys want something. Do you guys want me to give away something? I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to start it small because there is a reason that it's going to be like that. But I need a couple of minutes just to set that up because I meant to put that in the description, but it might not work. Quad Kids FPV, great channel, Stu. Definitely got me, my two boys, 10 and 7, into FPV. The boys have their own channel, Quad Kids. They would go nuts if you gave them a shout out and subbed. So go check out Quad Kids. I should check it out. We'll leave them a comment. Where? I just disappeared. Your comment just disappeared from here. I don't know what's going on. Oh, sorry, Quad Kids. I was we were gonna Google something, but it literally just scrolled, and now here it is. So let's. I'm always happy to help people in FPV. Let's have a bit of a Google. Look at this. This looks pretty fun. They're opening some FPV stuff. Let's have a check this out. Man, they've even got 134 subscribers. They're doing well. So
Call up, lads, and this is all kids. Alright, so my name is
they're doing well.
and my brother Jacob.
All right. So they're going to
Also
break
known
this
as
down. They've got some Attitude V5s.
And my
Looks like they're doing well. I'm going to just leave. Oh, the comments are turned off. Well, I would say keep it up, boys. I will come back and check this on after the stream, but I'll leave you a comment, but I can't. But anyway, keep it up. It looks like you're smashing it out. So good introduction as well. So anyway. It's always fun to have a family into FPV. I can't wait to take my two girls out flying when they get a little bit older. Echo B, you have futures. I'll probably buy in because I know I'll be blown away by performance, but I hate the idea of selling my HDOs. Yeah, I also hate the idea of selling HDOs because they cost you so much money to get them in the first place. So it's kind of like, oh, this is stinging the wallet just a little bit. Props off. Hey, I smashed the like button and it didn't help at all. So thank you. Even I'm going to press the thumbs up button. There we go. We've gone to 4. I've just liked my own video. We're up to 49. With those triple feed patch and the DJI headset, I got 1.5 miles out and I had to turn around due to battery life. So definitely Bumblebolt. It's crazy. The amount of range I've been getting on my DJIs is pretty ridiculous. License to drive. Check out my Mobula 6. Trip in the LED light. Fantastic. Extremely smooth barrel. Connected 60 fps feed from my Whoop. Captured with some other stuff plugged into his laptop. The crazy Russian pilot is saying the Sedora SL5, so you might be referencing what we used to call the Nazgul. Ian Calumpit, does the $100 build work on an Apex frame? Yes, it does, but why are you buying an Apex frame? And it's kind of like you are buying one of the most premium frames on the market, and you are buying some of the cheapest components elsewise on the market. Your electronics are like budget end. It doesn't really go hand in hand like that. I think you'd be much better suited if you're going to build an Apex frame. You might as well go all out and spend another $300-400, whatever it is, on the actual components. If you're going to buy the budget build, just get a budget frame, something like the Source ones. So, or if you have a limited budget, Ian, I would say just get something in the middle range. Now, I don't want to be that person who's out there and says, I got to give the dog his dog treat from those super chats before. I don't want to be the person out there that says, don't buy this person's frame or don't buy that person's frame. All I'm going to say is think about your money, where you can get the most value from, and you're probably not doing yourself a service by matching up one of the highest price frames with the lowest electronic prices that you can get. Find yourself somewhere in the middle. If I only had the X amount of money and I had to value it, that's not a good compromise. It'd be like building a house, putting in huge chandeliers and a really fancy fridge and I don't know whatever else you're going to do, a huge TV, and then you've got no floor, or the floor you have is some straw on the ground. It's not doesn't really match. Make it all around the same type of value. Here you go, dog. I'm going to break that. There you go. So anyway, that was just my little that's my advice. So that's from Bumblebolt there, Charlie. You can enjoy that little snack. FPV Nick's giving me another little donation, and IY Gaming. Okay, and this one's from IY Gaming as well. He's getting 2 in a row. One was from before that, and I guess that one from FPV Nick. There you go. He's loving it. All right. Robert Self, thank you for all your content. Extremely helpful. Robert, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, that's what it's all about, man, is giving you the right information to make the right choices. And it is not about whether you agree with me or not. I just want to let you know these were my findings. And this is the information that I wish I had. If I was going to go and spend my hard-earned cash on a drone, whether I want to buy premium, whether I'm absolutely budget coming in, I want to know what is good, what is not good, and where is the best way for me to spend my money, where I can enjoy this hobby the most, where I can get out, get flying, and just have some fun with my friends and get in the skies reliably, because that's what it's all about. It's life changing, and hopefully my videos help you do that. All right. Widget, what are you feeding? Pick it up and let me see. All right, so I have a jar of like some beef strap things, and I've started to. Malice is just giving me okay. Charlie, have another. All right, so I'm gonna have to start breaking these down because the dog's gonna get way too fat for being on here. He's actually a really healthy weight for a lab. Look, if you have a look at him, Charlie. So I think most people would agree this old pooch definitely. Every time I take him to the vet, they're always amazed at his weight, and most of the time they say labs get way too fat. But I'm pretty proud of how much we looked after this dog. So thank you very much, Malice, for that. And I'll show you a video, an early video of. I wonder if he's. Oh, actually, I know the video I'm going to show you. Check out. I did a vlog, believe it or not. UAV Futures. Back when vlogs were cool. And I went to the beach. Come on, there's got to be a. It might be 002. I thought, oh, I'm going to do a ton of vlogs. I just need to find it. Let's have a look. Mm, No, 001. Maybe it was my first ever vlog that I did. Why is this? Why is this not? This is not it. Why can't I find? Where's my vlog? What's going on here? UAV Futures vlog. You'd think that would come up, right? Okay. We'll have to have a bit of a Google and see if we can check that out as well because I don't know what's going on there. It's kind of annoying me, actually. Let's have a look at my videos. Can I search my own videos? And sorry to everybody who's just hanging out while I keep throwing your questions. Here we go. And I lost all my footage when I went to do this vlog. So I don't know why you'd think this would come up, right? Maybe vlog. Oh, it's 4 zeros and a 1. But I really enjoyed this one. We make this 2016. Jesus. So this is a long time ago. Here's these beaches were a little bit scary here in the I was almost going to say in the US, down at the bottom of our state. And Charlie's in here somewhere. Here's
Windy
some
here.
buffoon. Look at the crazy winds we've got just here.
And how much wind you can see, but
pretty
it
much
is
was just
ridiculous. So we are
chasing
getting
the dog
sand
around,
everywhere.
having some fun.
So yeah, should be fun. Let's see how it goes.
Charlie's
I'm a bit worried about
coming out
crashing
flying
into the
with me
ocean
for a fair
actually,
while.
because there is no way.
Look at me
that
wearing
I'm
a
gonna be going in
scarf.
there.
What a tosser. And I had to throw the ball so the dog wouldn't come back and bite the drone, and then I could take off flying again. All right, Cuban drone 305. Charlie ever chased the drone around? He is a beautiful dog. He absolutely is. So here, this is giving me some little chills watching back on this. I love FPV, the places it's taken me, the people I've met. And Charlie often comes along. I was really worried about losing my drone here because the wind was crazy and people drown at this beach. Like it says, don't go swimming here. It would be terrible if you did that. And here we go. Here's Charlie, for those people wondering who I'm fattening up. There's the pooch. He's a good dog. I can't wait to take him to the beach again once this is all over. And then I went for a fly. I smashed my drone here as well. So I went flying here and it's straight into one of these trees. Luckily, it was on the drive home from that little trip. IWA Gaming, damn, now 1%. I do actually have to go. Have a great rest of the stream, and thanks for everything you're doing. Keep up the great content. So thanks very much, IWA Gaming. Make sure everybody join Discord as well. Donnie's in the house, so shout out to Donnie as well. I definitely need to stop feeding this dog so much. So we're gonna have to put some rules on these super chats. He's open. He's just waiting. Look at him. He's just like, yep. Where's those snacks? So there you go. That's from Iowa, and that's from Donnie. So he's having a fun time down there as well. All right, how old is Charlie? He is about. How can I get this to full screen? Charlie's about 7.5. So he's definitely getting on a little bit, but still, I think in pretty good shape anyway. Doesn't it seem to have too much wrong with him? He's an awesome dog. I used to take him to school with me when I was a school teacher. Man, we are getting so distracted in this live stream. So, yeah, we used to, I guess, take him to school and he'd sit in the classroom. And his favorite time, though, would be when the bell would go for lunch because all the kids would eat lunch in the classroom and his ears would prick up and he would just run around to all the desks just waiting to be fed. And all the kids would be like, here you go, Charlie, eat my sandwich crust, eat these biscuits I don't like, eat a bit of cheese, eat this apple, eat so many different things. So, yeah, he definitely did like it when we were going to school. It was cool. And how many teachers get to take their dog to school every day? All right. Let's have a look. License drive end of 2016. That's about the time I started to FPV. So thanks. That is quite a while. So we have been. I can't believe I've been making videos for like 4, 5, maybe 6 years. Quite a long time. Did you have a chance to fly the Eachine Biswhoop you have received a few days ago? That's from non-us. No, I have not. We will be going out flying that soon. I have filmed the bench part. I just need to wait for a break or find some legal way to get out and get flying. What I'm thinking is maybe because you can still go places to look after people who are in need. I can go look after my in-laws because we take them some food and supplies. They're really, we don't want them going out at this time, but I might be able to because I've got a bit of a property. Well, while I'm there, I might just do a bit of flying on that private property as well. So, and more treats for Charlie from Cuban Drones and No Rules Charlie. Okay, so this last one from Iowa, I'm gonna have to put a stop to this and or find some healthier snacks because this is a bit ridiculous. So from Cuban Drone and Iowa, here you go. Man, he thinks this is like his birthday. Okay. Okay, this is what I was going to do, so bear with me. What's so good about the Cine-whoops from Younger Buckets? Can't we just use a 5-inch freestyle? You'd be right, Younger Buckets. What's so good about them is that they are safe and you can fly them in places we don't normally fly a 5-inch. They are a smaller form factor with prop guards, going to protect things, and it's made for people who want to do filming in some sketchy environments where the clientele, whoever you are going to be filming for, needs to have some reassurance and wants to not scratch the TV, not scratch the wall, not scratch the paintings, not break anything if the quad actually crashes. So that is the only reason Cine-whoops are big. If you are flying FPV for fun and you're buying a Cine-whoop, you're doing it wrong. I don't know what you are doing. Just fly it with a 5-inch. Then you can do all the filming you can do with a Cine-whoop with a 5-inch, a normal ripping around freestyle rig. It's just the Cine-whoops offer a little bit more protection, I would say. So FPV Nick, give Charlie a fist bump for me. Okay. There you go, Pooch. I'm seriously gonna have to get some different snacks or put a limit on here or something like that. Okay, here's what I want to do. Bear with me because I'm sure you guys might want some free stuff. I am going to. I have this here. Bear with me. I've got to search it up. I'm going to paste this in the comments. And I had the idea for this giveaway, right? Where I want to add something every single time. So if someone doesn't win, it's going to be limited to people who are watching the stream and say, right, you've got this long, write me an email. We can find out who the winner is going to be. And then here it is, untitled form. And then if they don't collect it, well, then that just means next week, the next person has the option to win that prize as well as the prize that wasn't collected the week before. So it's going to be like a thing just for you people who are watching the stream. And let's see, send. I don't know if I can. This is new, so if I post, how can I share this? This is what I would need to figure out. So how do I make a response form live? That's what I need to figure out. More, no, send to. Oh, I don't want to give a link here and it gives everybody an option to see everybody's responses and everybody's email addresses and all that sort of stuff. What I might do actually, I'm going to post a link to some of my mods in Discord and see if they can double check this for me first. So give me 2 seconds. All right, so if you are a Discord mod and you know about the UPE, links go here. Let me know what that form does. If you could write something underneath that. All right. Gramps, why they're doing that, we will work on this. So Gramps 65 CD from Harley, my 10-year-old chocolate lab. All right. Here you go. He's sitting up now. He usually just chills out lying down. He's definitely getting excited. Dan, guys, I just stepped out to smash the like button, so that's from Not Sure. Okay, this one's from Joanne Roberts. What about the Mobula 6 and what's transmitter to go with it? My budget is $250. So the Mobula 6 is a great little quad. Let's have a look here, which is Mobula 6. I really love the Mob. It's this one. So you can pick this up, and the good thing is with your budget, if you want to go something like does this do? See if you can get one. Will it bind up to a D16 radio? Free Sky. Channels D8. Okay, so you need to find a D8 radio. This is something that really pisses me off about Free Sky. So we want to buy a D8 radio, but that can be a little bit of a shame. So you're probably going to have to then look at the Jumper T16, which is just here. Bear with me. So I don't know how much a Jumper T16 radio is going to be. Don't have a look at the Australian prices. Let's have a look at Next FPV. Oof, that's Australian as well. My FPV store, Grayson Hobby. Okay, $159 out of stock. So the problem is, I would say get a Free Sky transmitter to bind up to your Happy Model Mobula 6, but they have a bit of a problem at the moment where, there you go, 159, and how much was this? This was 99. Okay, there you go. So you're at like 160 bucks. If you can track $260, if you can track that down and then get some little batteries, they're probably the things I need to go to. If you're going to get the Mob 6, just make sure that you're going to be able to get a radio that does D8 so it can bind up to it. Because if you just get a normal Free Sky, let's say QX7, which would be something like this, which is be the radio, something like this. Well, yeah, get one of these. Of course, can this do D8? No. Why? Because Free Sky are absolute garbage when it comes to screwing over their consumers. So I don't know why they did that, but that's why I would say I would want to get one of these, but unless it does D8, don't get it. Maybe you can get a second-hand one, but any of these Access or ACCST ones, you can't get D8 on them. All right, so it's here. We had, I'm sure Donnie's given me another super chat. He just wants me to fatten the dog up. Here you go, brother. All right, so that one's from Donnie. So thanks so much, Donnie. I'm gonna have to get like I don't know, a little camera or something for Charlie there. Okay, let's have a look. And that foam worked for me. That form worked for me. So that's from you. That's from Raven, letting me know that that was all good. So I can just post that link, Raven, there, and it should be good for people to copy link. So I'm going to wait for confirmation from Raven. If you could just type that in, Raven, that let me know that form. You weren't able to edit it. You were just able to enter the responses, so your name and email address, before I post this in the chat for everybody to see. Gunner's finally made it, so welcome to the house, Gunner. Hope you've been having fun. Donnie's laughing in here. We're just hanging out, having fun. The stream's been derailed a little bit. We've just been getting way too sidetracked. We've been talking about the dog, talking about doing my first ever vlogs, watching some FPV videos, and giving a little bit of help, which is kind of what it's all about. It's all about getting together, just having some fun. Raven says, yeah, all good. Okay, so I'm going to post a form right here, and here's how it's going to work. I'm going to choose a winner in 30 minutes from now. We will go out and find a winner, and you will have, after that, I'll finish the stream, and you will have, we'll pick this winner live on stream, but you will have 30 minutes from then to email me to be like, look, Stuart, this is me. It's from the email address that I've specified, and I'll respond to that one. And there'll be a few little checks in place to make sure it's the right person. But if you don't come in and collect your prize, well, it's forfeit, and that prize pool just gets pushed into next week's winner. So, or the next show, next time we run the giveaway and we do a live stream of it, right? It's on, everybody's watching, we can pick the winner again, and then if that person gets it, they get both prizes. If that doesn't happen, the next person, they're going to get 3 prizes. So who knows? We could be giving away stuff all the time to consistent viewers, or it might be like, man, we have this box of like everything you could ever ask for. Somebody's going to win this, and the great bit is because we can do it all live. It's just going to be a fun way to do things. So how do you enter? So see if you can enter. Ben's helping me out here. Here we go. Here we go. So thank you, Ben, as well. I'm going to copy this link. Copy Ben's link because I don't want to give people an edit link. And if it doesn't go well this first time, if we're still just if I do a mistake with the form, if I do a mistake with however some of this works for this first little one, so we're only gonna have a tiny prize today, but I want it once it's working, then we can start ramping it up a little bit. And I'm gonna just say now, if you're a mod, if you're a Discord crew member, anyone like that, you're not allowed to win. So I'm gonna disqualify those people from winning. Anyway, so there's a link there. Check it. All you got to do, it's just a name and an email address. And then we're going to go through, I'm going to find out how many entries we've got. We're going to pick a random number between however many. If there's 50 entries, this is the best way I can think of doing this. So if you're 15 people watching, you can go through 115 people watching. If all those people put in a contact, I would go through and say, it'd say, right, there's 115 responses in here. Pick a number between 101 and 115. I'd ask Google, we do a random number search. It would say number 75 or whatever it's going to be. I would scroll down to entry 75 and boom, if that is you and you win that little email, I'd make sure I'd block it out so we could kind of see a little bit. Yeah, that's we'd be ready to rock and roll. So that's how we're going to pick that winner. And then from then, if I'm like, right, this person's won, you've got half an hour to email me. I think today we're just going to kick it off small. I'm going to just say, look, today it's a sim key. That's it. It's just a small one because this is the test pilot. We'll be getting some more stuff on. I'm going to start talking to some vendors. We'll get some really serious cool prizes on here. But today, as a practice trial run, it's going to be a sim key. And I also want to say, don't worry if you've entered today. That means you can also grow in the running in the future ones as well. Iowa FPV, damn, so I have to stay up for an hour to try and win. There you go, Pooch. That's from Iowa as well. Mate, you're going to give my dog a heart attack. Hey. All right, so in 27 minutes, I will draw a winner on that. So when we hit to 100 minutes on the stream. Props off is saying, thanks, your futures. And I might even throw something else in there. I'm not too sure what we're going to... It depends how this giveaway is going to go. B, latest to Morning Stew, AV Futures Malice, yours are early today. Yeah, we're thinking about doing the stream a little bit earlier. So starting it at this time on a Thursday, on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So if you're in the US, that's the times it's going to be. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Of course, for us in Australia, it's actually, what day is it here today? I don't even know. Today is Friday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, man, I'm getting confused. So if you're in the US, it's going to be every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you're in the Australia, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Thanks to those time differences. All right, let's get back onto the stream. Answer some more questions because we definitely got way too distracted. Mac DeMarco, what do you think of Mr. Steele's Australian accent? I don't know. I'd have to. If you've got a link, you can give it to me. We can watch it together. It's probably better than my American accent if I had to try and do one. Let's have a look. Morning. That's from Ben. Local time now at 10 a.m. on those days. So yeah, if you're in Australia, it's 10 a.m. in Australian time. Is there a Mac version? So this runs from Potato05. Is there a Mac version of the Smart Propulus? Because I can't connect my FSI6 and need to get some SIM time. Smart Propulus. I don't know what that is. I'm going to have Google. Let's have a look here. finish my coffee, which I've been stalling on now. All right, let's have a look here. I don't even know what this does. If it lets you, I'm thinking it lets you connect your radio to the sim. But if they're a Mac version, I'm going to say no. This is looking like it's it's uncommon as it is, and using for Windows and PC, and then expecting that to also be on a Mac. I would say I'm not feeling hopeful. Uh, let's start. Hello, Stu, and remember to tag me with @UAV Futures. It makes it so much easier to answer your questions. Hello, Stu. Can I ask your favorite 5-inch, like the Marmot with the DJI Air unit? Yeah, well, that it would actually be the Banggood. So my favorite 5-inch flying around is the Catalyst Machine Works Banggood with a DJI Air unit in it as well. It's definitely the bee's knees. I got DRL2 and I like liftoff. That's from Not Sure. Uh, Russ Wolf, can you explain that time thing to me? Absolutely, old man. So when you look up at your sundial or whatever you're doing, don't worry, I'll just call you and say, Russ, it's live streaming this amount of time. So there we go. Russ is actually Santa Claus mixed with a biker. People just don't know it yet. When you see a picture of him one day, you'll be like, man, is that Santa Claus? We'll have to find out. Uh, Stu, do you still use your Armaton? Yep, absolutely. Like we just mentioned, I do love flying that thing around. People are talking about the other DRL sims and DCL. I really like DCL because it's fun, but I might have a new sim. Might have a new sim video to show you guys that not many people have heard about. Mac DeMarco. Yeah, I said that correctly. I can't tag web links in this video. Epic spots are actually boring. FPV Mr. Steele. Oh, okay, so that's his where Mr. Steele is doing his Australian accent. Let's find that out. And for anybody who doesn't know, Mr. Steele is a pretty cool drone pilot. Can you give me a timestamp? Maybe we'll have to see him talking in here. It's him flying. Is he doing any talking? Let's see.
Everything was all right, and I wanted to be able to cross the street.
There we
looking
go.
both ways, obviously, into to their limits, so that I crash and ultimately break some gear, because that's really the worst case that can happen in this scenario. Because
He does sound
there's not
Australian.
really anything around.
He's actually doing a really good job.
Only concrete for me to crash into. So the flight's coming to an end now, and I just wanted to make sure that everything was all right, and I wanted to be able to cross the street.
Okay, that was pretty cool. Well done, Mr. Steele. To Crispy FPV, have you tried? Oh, you guys didn't even get to see it, man. I'm the worst stream operator that there is. This is what I was watching. I was watching him fly around just here. That's
And now,
so that was his video. So rather than, I thought you guys were watching along with me. Have I tried the Whoop Sim? I have not. Please, if you're in charge of that, send me an email. That would be something I would be interested in as well. But the one thing I don't get about a Whoop Sim, why? Why am I going to fly a Whoop sim of like I could fly around the kitchen and fly my little Whoop and fly around the Whoop through this chair when I can do that in real life? The reason I fly the sim is because I can't get outside and rip a 5-inch around some big trees and dive some buildings, but I can do it on the sim. When it comes to flying a Whoop, why would I fly it on the sim when I can just fly it around indoors? That's the one part that I don't understand about that. All right. What was the question for the giveaway? For the giveaway, you just leave an entry, man. That's it. That's all you have to do. So if we go here, I'm going to go and find that link for you guys. And you should be able to just enter this. It's getting drawn in 21 minutes. So there's a little form right there. I've heard Steele doing Aussie accent. He sounds like Richie Bennett, the cricket announcer. Yeah, I don't know. He's trying. He's doing a good job. Gunnar saying he sounds a bit like a Kiwi. What would you recommend for the first ever 5-inch flight? Okay, if you are new, we actually have a video series called the UAV Futures Flight School. And even though I've incorrectly spelt my name here, you can see lesson 1. All I want you to do is you go out to a big field and we're going to practice hovering because these things have an awful lot of power. So it talks about hovering, what that's going to be like. We've got our first rolls, our basic turns, trying to do a hair loop, trying to do a hairpin, power loops. So there is a bunch. It looks like I've got 13 videos in here, or maybe that's someone else's playlist, but I don't know how many lessons, maybe 5 or 6 I thought. A bunch of different videos. If you are new to the hobby, here is some with some stick, like showing you on the sticks. You can see that's what you should be looking at and doing. So, and make sure you're doing it somewhere safe as well. All right, let's see. I think Derek is saying, I think Free Speed does a better impersonation of Stu. It's weird thinking that people are impersonating me out there. I don't know if that was, I think that might just be Steele. I don't think he was impersonating me. He was just talking Australian. Stu, will you ever be reviewing the Catalyst Machine Works Mofo down the road? So let's have a look at this. I do like Catalyst Machine Works. I don't know if I want to just Google CMW Mofo. That could be a little bit dangerous to do that live on stream. But let's have a look. Search Mofo. I clicked on X class, my bad. Ha! Okay. I'll bear with me. I have something very cool to show you. It'll take me 30 seconds to grab it. And this is speaking of the Mofo. Thank you for that, because actually the way I communicate with Catalyst Machine Works is a little bit different. Talking about their Mofo frame, most of the companies go through email. Some go through Skype, some go through WeChat, but there's also WhatsApp, and I don't know why Catalyst Machine Works has to be the one company that makes me use WhatsApp, and I got locked out of my WhatsApp when I changed my phone, and none of the old messages are on there. So I have an email from Catalyst that said, just last week, hey Stu, can you check your WhatsApp? I wrote back yesterday and was like, can you please fill me in what's happening? I don't have access to that, blah, blah, blah. Long story short. So speaking of the Mofo frame, and am I going to be reviewing that? Yeah, I probably am, because this looks very familiar to what is on the screen right here. So we'll be breaking this down. I'll be going through this, all the text and the specs. Absolutely. So this thing will be coming up on my channel. I just need to get outside and fly it around a little bit because, well, we're on a bit of a lockdown at the moment. So I don't know. That's something that is also, it's underway. So yes, Scott, don't worry. There is a review coming. It's just a little bit tricky to not only trying to get back into communication with Catalyst and also get out and get flying. Now, where's my mouse gone? Let's have a look. People asking about the Whoop Sim. What is a sim key? That's from IY Gaming. Oh, okay. So a sim key is, and just got to give Charlie a little snack. So thank you very much for your super chat, brother. IY Gaming. Here you go. If what I mean, we're giving someone away if you've got a SIM key, so it's so you can practice on your computer. You can connect your radio up straight to your computer. You can fly around. Sims are one of the best ways you can learn all your FPV skills, your muscle memory on the sticks, and it means when you go out to the field to fly in real life, you're going to be safer. You're not going to crash your drone as much. You're not going to break not only your drone, but also you're not going to, I guess, hurt anybody else. And they're just a great way to learn. So whether you want to get better at a certain trick or get better at faster at flying, want to work on your altitude control, it's just a simulator. So a simulator key that I'll give to you, you can redeem it on Steam, and then yeah, you should have a sim to fly around with and practice. Okay, props off. Sorry, man. Kids' beds time can be hectic. What time are you going to be live? So we'll be live 90 minutes ago. Every time on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's the plan anyway for a little bit if you're in the US. I don't know what time that is in USA East. If you're in there when you're watching, you can let me know. Evan Nolan, thanks for your answer. I'm going to go and try and binge watch these after this. Bumblebolt, what do you think of the Insta360 camera? I do think that it's going to be cool. I'm going to email them later today because I'm in correspondence with them as well. We're just trying to work out some things. As well as a lot of other companies I need to kind of get back on my email. I've answered a lot of I would say fan or subscriber emails, but When it comes to vendor emails, often I'd like to cram as much information in as possible and just like, "Look, here's what we need, here's what's going to happen, here's the video schedule, all that sort of stuff." Um, I don't know what Russ is talking about, and license to drive is getting answered by Scooter saying, "I live in a two-story house, but it's not big enough to race. You could fly around instead, but slowly." Okay, you must be talking about whoops there. Russell, the real estate guy. Stu at UOV Futures. Have you got? Why is my nose so itchy? Uh, have you gotten the Banggood 3-inch? It looks awesome for a backyard ripper. Looking for one. What's the best 3-inch out now? So there is. I haven't seen the new Banggood. I've heard even Malice Vex sent me a text message. It was like, Stuart, the new Banggood is released. It's just come out for pre-order or something like that. I was like, okay, mate, settle down. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning, bro. I'll talk to you when I wake up. But there is also a new XJB 145 from HGLRC. It's only taken me 4 years to learn how to type all that, and I believe there's a new one of these coming out. So I know Raven FPV, one of the mods here. If we look at this, let's have a look. Products, drones, FPV rate. Let's maybe in just new arrivals, which is like the XJB, which I absolutely love, but they might have an updated version coming out. Okay, this might be the new one. I think it's got a new stack and new middle bits as well. So this for 150 bucks is a pretty amazing little FPV drone. Shout out to Gunnar for that donation there, brother. So I'm sure people just trying to fatten up my dog. So I sillily discussed that every donation would give the dog a little snack. So here you go. He's just sitting down here chilling. He's been eating all morning on his little breakfast bed right there. So when I'm working away editing, yeah, Charlie's usually just chilling out in here, doing some stinky pop off sometimes. Stupid dog, and then I've got to open up the curtains and the window. It's that ideal. That is not ideal. Okay. We've got 13 more minutes to go for a bit of a giveaway, which is I need somehow, if you're one of the mods, can you post one of the giveaway forms there as well, please, for people to enter? And it's just starting off small, and I'll explain the rules in a little bit as well. People talking about it's $10 for the DRL sim. I am in France, and it's 3:25 in the morning. So I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Las Gas de la Boss. That sounds terrible. Whatever I just tried to say, but yeah, sorry for my terrible accent there. Reading that out. Yeah, that's very early. So I wonder if you're a night owl or a morning person. Um, all right. Oh, and that's a super chat as well. So that's actually from Lestat. So I was trying to read your name out and then scroll down, and there was a super chat from you. So thank you so much for not only you, but anybody who super chatted to the channel and all you people who put comments in here, because I couldn't do this without your support. We couldn't be here helping share this message of FPV. You might be sitting at home and thinking, here you go. That's from Lestat. Here you go. You might be sitting at home and thinking, yeah, I'm just having some fun, kicking back, having a coffee with Stu and watching the stream, mucking around, having some chats, but you don't understand the power that you might have asked the question that have saved somebody hundreds of dollars or hours of time, or they might have been feeling unconfident about something. We've answered it. We just had a laugh and a goof around, but that person there might change their life, and that might be the small catalyst they need to go, oh yeah, I might get a sim, or maybe I will get that radio. Maybe I will go out and fly. Maybe I'll go and try explore this new place. I might go up to a new group, whatever we're discussing. You might not think it's a big deal, but there's people watching, and I know that this happens, and it that's the thing that changes it for them in the hobby. That gets them in the door. That might get them flying. That might change their life in a really powerful and impactful way. So I don't know. Thank you to everybody who's involved in this stream, whether you be super chat, Patreon, a subscriber, a viewer, asking a question. It means more than you know to a lot of people, and I think if we could come together and talk about our stories, people would be amazed. I'm lucky, I'm blessed, because on this end of the stream, I get a lot of emails, I get a lot of responses, but it's hard to, you don't understand how powerful it can be being involved in part of this. So thank you to everybody who was involved. There's a bit of a rambly, soppy love story ramble, but we're going to move on, answer some questions right here. So if you've got them, tag me with @UAV Futures. I'll try to answer them. If you've got any specifics about drones, we've been getting way too sidetracked, having way too much fun. We started screaming about an hour and a half ago. I do aim for these streams to be about a 1.5 hour stream, but we're going to run this one a little bit longer, because if you are let's have a look here. If you enter this form, and I need to put this in my description, but I don't know if I can edit this and it can be live at the same time. So there's a form there. You should be able to enter that form, pop your email in. All it is going to do is ask for an email and a name. And I want to do this thing where if you are a viewer, you have a chance to win. You're watching the stream, we go through, look, this person's going to be the winner. But if you are not watching, if you're not here and you can't claim your prize, you're going to have 30 minutes to claim your prize. Then the next week, well, we'll throw a new prize in, plus whatever prize wasn't claimed last week. So it just keeps stockpiling to some awesome grand prize. That's the problem anyway. Norris Stew, we love you too. So that's from Props Off. Thank you very much. Kevin Dolb, see, I'm just happy with my MJX Bugs 3 transferred onto an XL7 frame, CADX Kangaroo, AKK, etc. All is well, and then he's got a person doing some weightlifting. Massive Droner 3-inch HD works with the CADX DJI, so that'll be with the Vista. And Russell, the real estate guy, is saying, thanks so much. I've watched almost all your content and learned so much. You are entertaining or educating. A huge thank you. And a big one for me is something that I feel like excels with my channel. Instead of just being dry information, I want to give people the right information, but also something that I feel is vitally important is to share that personal experience of how much it changed my life, how passionate I am about it, how much I love these amazing flying little fun robots. You know, when I'm in the field, I'm flying around with my friends, it is hard not to be excited when you just see how cool these things are. I still get goosebumps talking about them, looking about them. I've looked at drones every single day for the past 5 years of my life, and I love them more than ever. I guess I'm even talking way too quick talking about it, but yeah, just sharing that excitement with you guys as well, I think is important, because then it's going to motivate you to get outside and get flying. If I just sat here and just spoke bare bones facts, I feel like it would be a little bit too boring, and I want to get you in the field. I want to get you flying. I want those goggles down on your face. I want you to be able to change your life. So thank you very much for your support. I'm getting distracted again. UAV Futures, homemade frames from wood, a new trend. I don't think so, Phil. Maybe unless you're making them from some paddle pop sticks, but they're probably going to be breaking. You wouldn't be having very much luck crashing them. Maybe if they're made from plastic, but yeah, I wouldn't be making any from some wood. Jerry Shackford at UAV Futures. Any thoughts on the Project 399 Super G? So I'm going to Google that while we're answering some other questions. And if you're new here, make sure you enter that little form, because I've got a SIM key to give away. Even though we're going to start off small, today's giveaway is a bit of a trial. We will start ramping it up. Project 399 Super G Plus. We're going straight to your website. $100 is not a terrible price for a frame that has 6mm carbon arms. Okay, let's have a look. All right. Let's have a look here. This one, what do I think of this? It looks pretty decent. It is pricey, but if it's a custom kind of build made for and JFPV, I'm kind of you madman. What are you doing to answer your question in a little bit? Let's have a look. Is there any more? How do I go through some of these pictures? Okay, what do I think of this? 7-inch arms. I don't know how the carbon quality is going to be, although it looks nice. It looks almost like a custom or boutique build. Relatively simple, but can I scroll through the pictures? Do they have these little buttons on the side? Doesn't look like it can, but yeah, look, it looks okay. And if you're into 7 inches, it's probably going to cost you a little bit more money anyway, so it doesn't look like a terrible choice. That's not really saying amazing things. It looks like we've got some soft mounted parts in the middle as well, so yeah, I guess long range builds tend to be a little bit more money as well. So if you're going to be putting a lot of expensive kit on here, you're probably not too concerned about the price of the frame per se. I think about the $70 mark, maybe $80 mark. Does it come with any warranties or anything? Probably not. Yeah, it's okay. All right, JFPV. Let's get back answering your question. We have here, and thank you so much for the super chat, brother. I know you've just woken up, but I made a bit of a deal with Charlie that every time a super chat came in, I'd give him some dog treats. So he's just kicking back here, but I'm gonna have to drastically rethink that because he's just chilling out. So that's from JFPV, Charlie. All right, best 2-inch bind and fly. Lava X, but not the HD version. Was that 2-inch? I think that was 2-inch. No, not HD. I like this one. Here you go. So that's the one that I enjoyed. What is this in Australian dollars? 130 bucks. So yeah, so 130 US dollars. I really enjoyed this little craft. I thought it was a lot of fun. Is that a 2-inch prop though, or is that 2.5? Props. And why can't I see this? Is this? I wonder if you guys can see it as well. On board, cruise with flight control of the motor. Okay, it's not telling me. Yeah, here we go. That's a 2.5. Okay, so a 2-inch. I don't know, Jay. We'll have to. I'll talk to you on Discord later. I'll give you a buzz and we'll figure something out. We'll try and find out. We'll do a bit of a more of a Google search. Let's keep on answering some of these questions. Kevin Dobell. It is absolutely a beautiful hobby. My son and I have only been into this less than 6 months, but the insight you provide is priceless to learn and grow. So thank you so much. I'm glad I could get you guys into the hobby. And this is where flight test is a big inspiration for me too. You can see up here on this poster in this wall. You guys never get to see this, but I have a little poster there that it's a signed poster from the flight test guys. But they're a huge inspiration for me because they always say families that fly together. Is it families that fly together, stay together, or have fun together? I don't know. But they have a saying there about families and how important it is that they get all involved in it. So absolutely, I can't wait to go out to the field with my daughters and fly around when they're a little bit older. And I don't want to force them into any hobby. They can do whatever they want to do. I'm never going to be, hey, you have to be this amazing drone pilot or anything like that. I just want to have fun. And if they are interested in this hobby, absolutely, I will support them. And my eldest daughter definitely does seem to be, when we go out into the field, you can see she does like watching things fly around. And what was that? It was the UAV Futures line of sight plane or something. Let's have a look, because it was one of my recent videos we'll have a look at as well. Yeah, it's all about getting her flying and having fun. I can't remember the name of that plane though, unfortunately. Where's my channel? Okay, Ben Leaks to JB's house is now on a sim. You can dive to Duga, and there's even a wing sim that works with Sir Bruce's airfield. What local would you like to see in a sim, Stu? Where would I like to fly in a sim? Grumpy Trev's basement track would be pretty fun for all those people who don't get to enjoy that. Or the old school test track would have been really, really fun, but that is on FPV Air 2. So, here we go. If I have a look here, just got to skip this ad of someone spilling some wine or something and then cleaning it up. But you can see at the end of this video. So here's my daughter. We're out in the field. Good one, Jono. And flying a little plane around. She has her own little plastic radio because she thinks that she's flying and zooming it around and everything. So that's pretty much how we fly the drone. So whenever I have to actually hide the radio, it's sometimes behind my back when we're flying drones inside, and she thinks she's doing the little flips and rolls and all those sorts of parts. Radio, we have 1 more minute for people to enter that giveaway form. I'll post it here. If you haven't entered that, definitely check this thing out. And look, today, I got to say too, it's only a minor price today. Today was the pilot to find out how it's going to work. Thank you for, I'm going to have to find out some bot or something that can post that every 10 minutes. There, we are just about to end the stream, but I want to run through and have a look. Hey, I ordered this one's from Callum. I've ordered the V2 $99. I can't wait to get in. I really enjoyed the vid and it's getting me into FPV. I'm saving for goggles right now. Thanks a lot. My pleasure, brother. Please, what goggles are you going to get? Let me know. Either the Nun goggles. There's also a website, which is uavfutures.com. We have a full breakdown on a bunch of, there's going to be a lot of articles to come. A lot of articles have been written. It's just migrating them to the website. Finally, that is up and working. We've solved some of those issues. So there'll be a lot of stuff coming. Definitely go check that out. But have a look at the Nun goggles or the Sky Zones, and I believe both those little write-ups are on there, and they're also links to my videos as well if you want to watch that. Let's have a look. FPV Air 2 needs some more love. That's from Joe. Absolutely. FPV Air 2 is fantastic. I really like it. It feels good too, and it's only like $5 on Steam. And it was made by one dude, which is crazy. So Mittens is a really not only a nice person, but also very, very talented when it comes to creating some stuff on the computer. Kevin, let's answer your question. Whatever became of the range issue you had with the Jumper T16? And I would say what happened is I went to the Tango 2 and simply switched over to Crossfire because I couldn't solve. I was still getting those dropouts. I don't know what the deal was, and we've had some other confirmation from some people in these other live chats where they have also had those dropouts as well. So I'm not too sure if you've got a Jumper T16. Are you getting failsafe issues? I did write to the guys. They couldn't really explain it. They sent me, I think it was a new receiver to try, but I was more interested with using with the XM pluses that I had anyway. It wasn't the receiver that I was worried about because I didn't want to have to change them all over in all my different drones. Do you like the Nazgul 4S legitimately? That's from CP Outdoors. If you watch my review and whatever I'm talking about there, then that's the legitimate answer. And yes, I did like it, but I think we ran it on a 5S and it had like bucket loads. It felt like it had more power, but it also was killing my batteries. It was a very hungry bit of a sucker, and it even made them pop. All right, 101 minutes. All right, let's do this. I'm going to find out on these forms, so bear with me while I have a look at some of these responses. We've got 149 responses in here, so I should be able to put these into a spreadsheet. Let's have a look here. Live stream entries. Create. Okay. And let's have a look. We've got, at the moment, 152 entries, and Google random number generator. We'll do this live too. So from 1 to 152. And we'll get this live so you guys can see it as well. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to go and find entry 123. Bear with me so I can show you what that's going to look like. I don't want to blast everybody's details on the screen right here. 123. Go back to the form. And let's see if we can make this a small window. Ah, come on, you silly thing. Entry. This current window is too small. Go away. No, it's not. It's perfect. Let's have a look. Okay, 123. I just got to scroll down one more. Come on, one more. This is probably the most exciting stream ever, right? I've scrolled way too far. This is quite tricky. I'm trying to make a window so you can only see. Okay, it looks like you can see 3 people. And we have here, so it is going to be, and there's going to be, you're going to see 3 emails right here. Let's have a look. But I'm trying to just make it so you can only see one. Sorry for everybody and your patience. This is like just some bonus end of the stream. We'll have to clip this out. How can I do this easily? I'm not even looking at the comments because I know they're going to get me way too distracted. Come on. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a window over the top of this window. That should be able to do it. One more. Okay. We're going to see a few emails right here, but it is the number 123 that we're going to see. And if I click here, we have the here. So 123, Mitchell Allen. So Allen dot Mitchell. This entry right here. So Allen, from now you've got half an hour to email me from this email address. We'll get back to you with a SIM key for today's prize. And if not, well, I'm just going to start ramping these prizes up. And next time that if you don't email me within that half an hour from now, the next person will win that prize, and also they'll be taking today's prize as well. So here we go. This one here. It's got to be coming from Alan Mitchell 2003 at gmail.com. If you don't do that, well, it's not going to be your day. So anyway, so there you go. Let's have a look here. Raw for the win. Lull. So it was here, Charlie. There you go. Too easy. All right. Someone thought there was going to be 3 winners. No, sorry about that. Today it was all about just, I guess, a trial one. So that's why today's prize was a little bit smaller, because I wasn't sure how it's going to go. I've probably got to refine the form a little bit. We've got to put it so you can have one entry and all this sort of stuff. So I've got to go out, figure out some of those things today. It was just a fun little one, but then I do want to ramp it up and give some more cool stuff out to you guys. FPV Nick, jump on Discord so Ben can help you out just a little bit right there. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. Thank you so much for tuning in, enjoying the stream. And someone says my heart's pounding. Alan, where are you? Congrats, Alan. Someone saying he entered twice. Okay, so we'll have to check that out. I'm not going to go back and change it, so that might have been the case. It was just a SIM key today. I'll make it so you can only have one entry on that. So definitely I will go in there and change some of those things. Luckily, that's what it's all about, running these little pilot tests so we can solve some of these problems before we start ramping up to some really, really cool prizes. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. I will be on tomorrow starting at the same time. So it is going to be 10 o'clock Australian time, which is 8 o'clock for the US. And I think that's super early for Europe. Sorry about that. Yeah, on that, thank you for everybody for your super chats, all those people who threw them in there, because Charlie was getting a little snack every single time. What I'm going to do too is I'm going to start putting a little donation bar. You can see it should hopefully pop up here, where we can also work on some live stream equipment. So if you donate through, like, there's a certain link up somewhere in the description. If you want to throw a couple of bucks there, I'm going to work on, like, getting some better mics, getting some better lighting, maybe getting a webcam for Charlie or something like that. So I know there's a few things I want to work on just to improve these live streams and make them a little bit more streamlined and more professional. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always, happy flying. And I've been using some new software too, so it's still taking me a little bit to get used to it. So this Streamlabs stuff, we've got to get used to that. So anyway, thank you all. I will see you guys tomorrow. And as always, happy flying.